There's so many stories about companies and founders all across New York that deserve attention and recognition tonight. Their work and achievements are supported by a broad network of investors and transaction professionals who are members of the Upstate Capital community.
We are very excited to be able to recognize some of those people and companies who have made the biggest impacts on our ecosystem. There are a few stories we'd love to share with you all to give some attention here on the big stage before we start giving out awards.
First, we want to honor SelectFi. SelectFi is a fast-growing company based in Buffalo, New York in the automotive space. They closed a $4.5 million seed round this year with participation by StartFast, Launch New York, and others. Let's hear from the team.
SelectFi was founded in May of 2023, and it's a software as a service, but really more of a fintech platform that helps car dealers optimize their financing, as well as really pick the car that's right for any individual consumer out of their inventory based on the unique financial circumstances of that consumer.
When we first connected and found out about SelectFi, we thought that this was a great opportunity to not just be able to leverage our network and our resources similarly that we did to Impel, but also it was building on the track record that we've built in this industry.
Next, we have a great story from around the Hudson Valley Venture Hub. Bussy, a Kingston-based SaaS company, has a product that digitizes operations for group ground transportation companies. They've been raising a bridge round to accelerate market growth, especially as they recently signed a deal with one of the largest busing companies in Mexico. In 2024, a portion of this fundraising was secured through Diadem Capital, another Hudson Valley-based startup, which itself recently closed a $600,000 round, of which Launch New York was an investor. So we'll listen to a video about their story and collaboration.
I nominated Bussy and Diadem Capital, that are both companies that are headquartered in the Hudson Valley. And I think it's a really cool ecosystem story that shows how vibrant our community is.
We are an operating system for group ground transportation providers, so we help them launch e-commerce. Working with the Diadem team, they were fantastic. Like, their whole model is aligned with supporting the startups that they work with and really being like extensions of your team, especially in the fundraising journey.
One of the things we were able to do, because Bussy is such a unique, great company, we were able to get them some introductions into some really good VCs and then a family office.
Now that we're doing this almost 3 years, we've helped over 30 companies raise over $150 million.
Awesome. I know Joe's not here, but I hope everyone saw the Buffalo Bills gear in the back. Quick, let's go Buffalo while we see it. In addition to some of the great deals that have gone on this year, we've also seen a lot of great capital start to flow into our region. Upstate New York has seen a formation of some very interesting new sources of capital, and we're excited to like just a few of them. First, we want to congratulate Upstate Biotech Ventures, a $6 million fund that was established with a $3 million capital commitment from Empire State Development's Community and Regional Partnership Fund, which is part of the State Small Business Credit Initiative through the U.S. Treasury, as well as a $3 million allocation from Upstate Medical University through the SUNY Research Foundation. The fund is managed by Excel Partners, an early-stage venture capital fund, and will invest in high-potential startups and small businesses affiliated with Upstate Medical University to drive research and technology innovation. Let's hear a little bit more about those guys.
So really excited about Upstate Biotech Ventures, which represents a first-of-its-kind fund for SUNY. The fund is a partnership between the Upstate Medical University, Excel Partners, Empire State Development, and SUNY Research Foundation, where we'll be investing in innovators and entrepreneurs that are affiliated with Upstate Medical University. and it's really critical to driving research and innovation forward, both at Upstate Medical and in the broader Central New York region.
So Upstate Biotech Venture was actually an interesting story because we saw two different parties saw the same need from the two different needs and sides, and then we kind of met at the middle and launched Upstate Biotech Venture. So Excel saw the need for more seed and funding for life sciences and health tech ventures.
Next is Brown and White Ventures, which is an early stage startup investment vehicle created by alumni of St. Bonaventure University to create an investment fund for university alum and friends of the university. Part of the net profits for the fund are earmarked as a donation to St. Bonaventure University. So we'll watch a video and learn some more.
Interest or new revenue companies with money raised from people who have an interest or a relationship with St. Bonaventure University. With the concept of, and the value proposition being, we will donate 10 to 12% of the net profits of the fund back to the School of Business at the University of St. Bonaventure.
Helping to generate new business and new opportunity, while also helping those investing in it grow their opportunities and their futures.
We'd also like to congratulate a long-term member of the board here in Upstate Capital at the team from Armory Square Ventures, who just announced that their third fund has closed. Their third fund is roughly double the size of ASV2, and they now have over $110 million of committed capital to deploy across all of their funds. They're in the very early stages of deploying this fund, but have invested in 2 companies so far, and will close another 3 additional investments this month alone. I'm just excited to welcome Somac to the stage to talk about Armory Square.
Thank you, David. Thank you guys for. I'll be super brief. I know I'm between you and dinner. We're so thrilled to be having a fresh pool of capital to join our friends like Dave and Dom and all the new funds that have emerged here to show that we have capital to deploy in what I think is one of the most exciting times in upstate New York. You all know about Micron and TTM and IBM and all the exciting, the Global Foundry, all the exciting things happening all across places like Buffalo, Syracuse, Albany. I've been here for 11 years, and I haven't been this excited, since I started ASV 11 years ago. I think 2025 is going to be an amazing year. I also just wanted to say briefly, besides the investments that Dave noted, I'm excited to announce that Anthony Santaro, who's over here, I hope you all have had a chance to meet him. We promoted him to vice president last week. He is an incredible gem of a human being. We're so lucky to have him on our team, and 2 of the 3 investments we're closing this month are ones that Anthony was directly responsible for. So really excited to be here. I'm excited to meet some of the companies who are going to be recognized today, and thank you for letting us be part of your community. Oh, one last thing. I just want to say, it's kind of emotional to say this, but Noah, thank you so much for the 8 years that you've given our organization. I can't imagine what Upstate Capital would have been like without you. I wish you a lot of luck with Good Bread, and really just grateful for all that you've done for our region over the years.
Okay, thank you so much. It's been a big year for New York Ventures as well. Between their emerging manager programs and the community and regional partner programs, there are several new funds where New York Ventures has LP positions. We are pleased to invite Josh Nelson, the director of New York Ventures Pre-Seed and Seed Fund, onto the stage to tell us about their progress.
Hi, everyone. I'm Josh Nelson, as mentioned, Director of Pre-Seed and Seed Fund at New York Ventures. Really thrilled to be here. New York Ventures is a state-run venture capital arm that has a goal of providing access to capital for underrepresented founders and under-resourced geographies with a huge focus on upstate New York. I'm here to highlight some of the amazing sources of capital available here across upstate New York, many of whom you've already heard from, but that we've supported of our Fund to Funds programs. Those include Impellant Ventures, Launch New York, Armory Square Ventures, and Upstate Biotech Ventures. Again, you've heard about a number of them already. I also just want to note we have our own 2 direct investment funds that are investing in pre-seed through Series B stage businesses. We've also invested in we've taken LP positions in 3 New York City-based funds that are really eager and committed to bringing some of that capital to upstate New York. As Somak mentioned, it's such an exciting time to be part of this ecosystem. In 2024 alone, and mind you, a number of those fund of funds recipients have really just received their capital in the recent month or 2, and even including that, in 2024 alone, New York Ventures, direct investment funds, and fund of funds recipients have given $20 million across 50 early stage companies across New York State. And we're incredibly excited to see both of those numbers go up next year as many of these fund of funds recipients are deploying for the whole calendar year. I'm really incredibly honored and grateful to be a part of an ecosystem that is impacting such remarkable companies transforming our society. We have a remarkably diverse and robust innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem, and it's just really thrilling to see such amazing capital partners who are a part of supporting these businesses at the earliest stages. So I thank all of you for being a part of this thriving community of investors, identifying the cutting edge of what's to come, of founders challenging the status quo and solving the biggest problems facing society support at every today, and ecosystem partners who are truly providing the hands-on support at every turn for these companies. If you're interested in learning more about our direct fund programs, our fund of funds, or our open investor role that we're hiring for here in upstate New York, please come find me. Thank you all.
Thanks, Josh. It's also important to note, you guys might not recognize it, but he is the newest member of the Upstate Capital Board, so welcome to the team, Josh.
Finally, it is time to give out some awards. There are so many stories about companies and founders all across New York that deserve recognition tonight. Their work and achievements are supported by a broad network of investors and transaction professionals who are members of Upstate Capital.
Now, we get to recognize some of those people and companies that have had the biggest impact in our ecosystem this year and prior. We have seen a lot of activity at all stages of private capital this year, so let's get started.
Our PE awards recognize significant transactions for well-established companies, either in getting acquired by a strategic partner or a private equity firm. This year, we're giving out the Private Equity Exit of the Year Award to Citgo Filter. I'd like to invite Ryan Martin up to the stage to accept the award. Dave Mancuso nominated the company for this award. Dave, please come up as well.
Citgo was a very compelling opportunity from the onset. Again, it had that sticky recurring revenue, which was very compelling. It's an hour away from where we're based, which again, it gives us the ability to be in a spot that we can go and support that team.
I thought it was a great nomination because it's a good example of a local equity group that came in and helped solidify the future of Citgo Filter.
I ended up staying on. It's now been 5 years since I sold the company, and I'm still engaged in the day-to-day.
Citgo Filter is a great example of a company that has been in this region for a long time and has been leveraging private capital to be able to grow and evolve here.
Thank you very much. This award means a lot to us. Fairchild's predominantly focused on the upstate. We've closed 14 acquisitions, 11 of them have been in upstate, predominantly Buffalo, Rochester, Binghamton area. In regards to Citgo, we were fortunate to have a great team. Andrea Fitzgerald, the founder of Citgo, Derek Darling, our CEO, great capital partners in Rockwood, FMB, and Five Star Bank. We were fortunate to have a great team around us with Fried Maxick as well as Phillips Lytle. So thank you very much for this award and recognition. We greatly appreciate it.
Maybe you'll head right down to the stairs here. Yeah, you can grab a nice picture.
All right, thanks.
Good job, buddy. We'll catch you soon. For our Venture Deal of the Year, nominees all raised significant rounds between the fall of 2022 and the fall of 2023. The Upstate Capital Board considered the size of the transaction, geographic location of the company, capital provider and transaction professionals involved with the Upstate Capital community membership, as well as the impact on the local community and regional ecosystem. We are very pleased this year to give this year's Venture Deal of the Year to Dr. Dan Rifkin of Ognomy. Dan and the team at Ognomy had a breakout year, increasing revenue over 3 times from last year, treating over 11,000 patients, and closing on their Series Seed with over $6 million raised to date. The current seed funding was led by us here at Empowerment Ventures in August of this year and included investments from the 2 largest players in the sleep space, Inspire and ResMed. Launch New York and several others locally and nationally have participated in the fund closing to date. So Dan, come on up.
I recognize that although people might not have sanitation in their home or even running water, they have a smartphone. So to try to tackle sleep apnea on a worldwide basis, I thought, well, we need to figure out how to diagnose and treat this through a smartphone. So that's how Ognomy was born.
We invested very quickly out of Fund 1, have been very impressed with the growth that Dan and his team have shown, and recently completed a really nice growth round for Dan earlier this year that we're excited about.
Well-deserved recognition for the work that Dan and his team are doing to address this issue in healthcare.
Thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you, Noah, and all the people at Upstate Capital for recognizing Ognomy. On behalf of Ken Rosenfeld, our CEO, and myself, thank you, our COO. Thank you very much. Also want to thank Phil and David and Tariq and all the people at Impellant for leading the round. Without them, obviously, we wouldn't have been so successful, and especially Montanique, all those extra meetings that we had to get the deal done. You know how difficult that can be. Lastly, and I know it sounds a little cliche, but need to thank my family. Laura's here tonight, my wife, the sacrifice they make. I mean, you all know what it's like in a startup. The vacations that are only half vacations if you're on a computer or a phone, really terrific. But I also need to thank Ken and Pete Granditz, our CFO. He's the one that kind of helped to get the deal done. So again, thank you, everybody.
So you guys come right down this way. Dan's not joking. He was mentioning how on the way over here, he actually now relies on his wife to drive so he can get enough work done before. So there's a great snowstorm in Buffalo right now. We're lucky that they're here. So thank you, guys.
This year, we are giving an award for the Impact Investment of the Year. Top Seeds raised a $750,000 investment from the Western New York Impact Investment Fund, which is the only other money taken outside of 43 North. They've seen soaring revenue, a hiring expansion, and the opening of a brand new manufacturing facility in downtown Buffalo. Their team is women-owned and women-founded. And I'd like to welcome Rebecca Brady of Top Seeds and Tom Quinn from Western New York Impact Investment Fund to the stage.
We started in 2017 in a small farmers market. Now we ship all over the country. We're in 8 out of the 12 Whole Foods regions. We're in some other huge chains, regional chains, and all the Wegmans.
Woman-founded, woman-led. Our fund is all about putting women in positions of power and authority, right, and leveling the playing field. At the time when we did our diligence, they had, most of the employees were refugees, representing 15 different countries.
It's always such a pleasure to be able to celebrate women building businesses in this region, and Top Seeds is a great example. Really exciting to see them winning Impact Investment of the Year for the work they're doing in Buffalo.
Yeah, thank you. It's always kind of alarming seeing yourself on the screen, or hearing your voice even, but thank you, Upstate Capital, really appreciate the recognition. And of course, thank you to Tom and the team at Western New York Impact Investment Fund for believing in us and just letting us do what we do. We've had a great year and just want to continue growing and making Buffalo proud. So yeah, thank you.
We are honored to award Todd Kletter of WP Strategic Holdings as the Dealmaker of the Year award. We recognize his extraordinary leadership and decisive actions in the acquisition and revitalization of Crane Stationery. Todd's vision, experience, and swift decision-making were pivotal in saving this historic brand and ensuring its continued success. Todd's vision for Crane aligns perfectly with his broader mission at WP Strategic Holdings to support companies with a strong heritage and dedication to excellence. His leadership in the acquisition has set the stage for Crane's growth initiatives, expanding its reach and continuing its legacy of delivering premium stationery products. Todd's deep connection to Crane, his prior experience as CEO of Tierra Farm, his experience in dozens of M&A transactions, and his extensive background in business consulting make him uniquely qualified for this recognition. His ability to act decisively, preserve a storied brand, and ensure his continued success exemplifies what it means to be a true deal maker. I'm pleased to welcome Todd Kletter and Adam Neary to the stage.
I think Todd is a great example of an upstate deal maker who is thinking really creatively about opportunities in this region.
I've loved working with him. He's an incredible leader, very thoughtful, mindful in all the actions he takes with each of these different businesses.
I mean, you know, to be part of the 9th oldest operating company in America is really something special. So we jumped at it without hesitation, and I made promises that we were going to be an employee-driven organization, and we did it. Thank you so much. Just want to first and foremost thank Upstate Capital. It's an honor that really it's hard to put into words, but beyond that, want to thank my partners at WP when this opportunity to really get involved at Crane and save the company came to be. My two partners, Adam, who's with me here tonight, and Todd Slinger, who's also in the audience, didn't hesitate, and we said, first and foremost, let's save the company, let's save the jobs, and let's preserve the heritage of this 240-year-old company, and we're so happy we're able to do that. Beyond that, we've had some fun with the brand and looking forward to the next stages. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my friends who have joined me this evening, coming all the way from Albany to support me and what we've done as a company, and couldn't be prouder. Thank you so much.
Finally, we are honored to recognize the extraordinary achievements of Joe Richardson tonight. I'd like to invite Noah Simons, our very own, to the stage to give Joe this award.
It is such an honor and a pleasure to have received Joe Richardson's award from our community this year. Joe has done, you can't find a person that you could reflect on who has done as much, particularly for the Capital Region ecosystem, as Joe Richardson. And not only does he have a long, illustrious career in finance, particularly in early stage funding through the Eastern New York Angel network that he built and ran for well over a decade. He's served on numerous committees, including Innovate 518 and a number of other organizations that support ecosystem entrepreneurs and ecosystem development. On a personal note, I met Joe Richardson in 2015 when he came to the Hudson Valley to help us launch the Hudson Valley Startup Fund, which was a small angel fund that I ran through 2019 with some partners. And we never would have raised those millions of dollars to put to work in that region without Joe and his partner, Dick. And so what a fitting thing for this is my final Upstate Capital event, and for me to be coming full circle with Joe here, who really helped me get started in this ecosystem, feels really special. So Joe, I'd love to welcome you here to accept your award and to say a few words.
My name is Joseph Richardson. I'm a retired corporate banker.
never officially retired.
An individual of very high integrity, honest and trustworthy, and I think what really made him, such a valuable member of the entrepreneurship community. I can't think of anyone more deserving of a Lifetime Achievement Award, than Joe.
Congratulations to all the award winners and best wishes for continued success. This award is such an honor, and I am sincerely appreciative of the Upstate Capitol for the recognition. It is a reminder of the incredible support I have had from Eastern New York angel investors, from partners, mentors, and the entrepreneurial community. I have been very fortunate to know so many people who have provided their talents, treasury, guidance, and commitment to invest in early stage enterprises. Thank you, Upstate Capitol.
Thank you to everyone who's won, and congratulations to everyone for all the amazing things you've done this year.
And also, before we head off for dessert and more networking and the after party at Abilene, we need to recognize the incredibly important work that Noah Simons, to the left of me, has done for this organization over a very long and successful tenure.
Noah, here you go. Thank you. A lot more for you, but... I promised Noah that we would not cry for her when she got up here on stage, and to be honest, I couldn't if I tried. Not because she's not amazing, but because the future for her is so bright and so exciting, and we cannot thank you enough for all the hard work that you've done for Upstate for all these years, and to just express how much gratitude we have for that, and for what you have going on for the future with Good Bread. We are so excited. As you guys all know, last month, Noah announced that she's stepping down from the day-to-day operations of Upstate Capitol to focus on her startup, Good Bread. They're finishing closing, I think it was $1.2 million in capital, and it's an unbelievable start to the next chapter. We want to thank Noah again for all of her hard work over the last 8 years. Wish her good luck with her new ventures, and Noah, we'd love to give the podium to you to say a few words.
One of you in the audience encouraged me to start heckling sponsors who I've been chasing for years for checks. I decided not to do that. But seriously, I would not be where I am today without all of you and this organization, and it means the world. So you all know that I take my work very seriously and invest a lot of myself in it, and so this is a very bittersweet moment while I am consciously uncoupling, as we say, from Upstate Capitol and making room for my next baby and my next dream, and pursuing the life of the entrepreneur that I've always wanted to pursue. And so I appreciate so much you letting me cut my teeth on some of those principles over the past several years. And I appreciate all the support and encouragement and future sort of support that I can feel from everybody as I'm making this transition. So thank you.